and it was, I don't even know, I just did it to myself. I knew I was very capable of doing it. I remember Glenn would go, okay, we're in 240. And he'd even like dictate 260. And I'm not bragging. He'd dictate it and I'd do, whatever. Go, all right, Deborah, read that back. And then I read it back. It's like, good, whatever, because he had this little twang thing or has. But when I got there, I couldn't do it. I don't know what it was. It was just something, it was me, and I think by that third one, I think the third one, if you don't pass that one, you have to sit out, I think. And so I knew, and I'm very spiritual, but even that, I pray before. One of my little tias gave me this little same thing to take it to. My third one, actually, it was my tia, by the way, that, and so I took it in there, and it really helped me. People do different things. I just try to be more calm and just not stress myself out, but I would do this. I would just shake. I'd shake.
You said if you blow it 3 times, you have to sit out?
Yeah, I think
You
so.
have to requalify.
Do you have to I think you have to sit out like 6 months.
Oh, you know
have
what
to sit
you
out
do?
one test.
Maybe it's a year. No?
I think you sit out one test and then you take another. Now this was like back in '92. I don't know what it's like now. Probably '91,
I don't know
but
what it is now.
yeah, it's different.
You have, at some point you have to requalify.
You have, I know at least for the JVCC, I don't know about the TCRA, when you pay, it qualifies you for a year.
Mhm.
After that, you have to resend in an application and pay your application fee again to take it for the next year.
Yeah.
But I know, at least for the TCRA, you have to apply and,
No, I mean requalify to school.
I think it's a year.
I think it's a year, every year.
Yeah.
So where are you guys at in your speeds and Columbia?
Both in mock. But she already passed one of the mock.
So what do y'all have to pass that here? 95?
96.
Oh, that's good. We had to pass it in 98. It was. I thought it was great to do that. It was tough.
But, I mean, we'll talk off the record. But,
But yeah, we had to pass it 98 before we could.
but I mean, talking about, taking the test or whatever, we went to school with someone who, she took it 11 times. She was a fantastic writer. Readbacks, great, but she get to that, and you say test, and freaked out. Absolutely freaked out.
We went to the-
And she eventually passed.
We went to the convention, and part of the student session was they had some of the most recent students who had passed, and this one poor girl had been at mock and testing for 5 years. And she had given herself a phobia. She said twice she passed out and fell out of her chair.
Oh my
in the
goodness.
test.
Oh my
One time
goodness.
she
Well, I want to do
vom-
that in court sometimes.
And then
but,
one time,
yeah.
I think she said she vomited on her machine and then had to go send it to get cleaned out. She gave herself a phobia and had to go to therapy. And it was just like, I hope that's not, I don't want to be
Hey,
there
some
for
people
5
go and
years.
kind of do the hypnosis kind of deal, or I don't know. All you can do is the best you can do, guys. Go out there and do the best you can do. And for me, I didn't pass it, but you know what? I walked away, I was discouraged, but I did the best I could do. And just with anything, really in life, if you did the best you can do, hey, you did the best you have to give yourself some credit for that. And to go back, that's tough. And some people pass the first time. A lot of people pass the first time. I just didn't.
I did.
Yeah, anyway. So-
But I mean, like I
But-
tell you guys, I went in with the attitude that I didn't think I was going to pass it. But I said, you know what? And I knew that I was writing well, but it's like, I'll just go and take it. I'm probably not going to pass it, but I'm going to go do the best that I
See,
can.
and guys
get a
are like
gauge.
this, too. It's just
Mhm.
like, it's on or off kind of deal. It's either
There's a
black or
guy
white,
there
and
also that
which is
taught
great.
in Laredo. David, also named David.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know his last name. He works in Laredo now. And I got to talk to him, and he was the same attitude. I'm just going to try to take it and see what happens.
No big deal.
And, yeah. He
and that
does
is the
it. That's
attitude to
fine.
take, you guys. If you don't pass, so what? It's tough, and you don't want to come back to school and go, oh, I didn't pass. But, we all want to pass, but if you don't, you don't. You just do the best that you can do, and that's it. You'll pass.
If
really
you want
will.
it bad enough, you'll pass.
And you'll keep doing it.
Mm-hmm. And it's worth it.
It really is. It pays really, really well. My first year I made, and this is back in '92, I made 40 my very first year. And I thought that was fantastic. I remember coming home and going to see my parents And I thought, I'm going to cash my check. So I cashed it. And so I went to them and I went, look. And I did it, in hundreds. It was really cool. My parents were so proud of me. I love my parents to death. But anyway, and it was really cool. I mean, for me, at that time in my family, I was probably, at that time, the most successful or whatever. Had done something. So, but it's worth it, and you make more money on top of that. I mean, $40,000 still is it's a great salary. It really is, because some attorneys aren't even making that. And believe this or not, at the courthouse, I think the court reporters are making more salary based than the assistant district attorneys are. So it's a really good profession. That's the other thing. I thank God, I really do, that my friend guided me. It just fell into it, and I liked it. That was the other thing, and I still like it. I love court reporting. This is what I was meant to do, and this is what I will continue to do until I retire. But it really pays well. I tell my dad all the time, thank God, I picked a great career. I don't have a degree, but I don't need a degree. I'm
Make more money than
I'm
people that
certified.
have
Yeah,
degrees.
absolutely. Yeah. So it's worth it.
Mhm.
Do you still play the clarinet?
I don't. You know what? I tried to play it, and it was horrible. Like, ew. And anyway, and I was even the first chair with that. I loved playing the clarinet too, but yeah, that was a long time ago. But I tried. So I'll just stick to being a court reporter, I think. So how long have you been doing it? Where are you at?
I'm 68.
Okay, so you're,
I came out of retirement to do what I wanted to do when I was in high school, but I was talked out of it when I was in high school.
it's never too late.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
having the time of my life.
Good. Do it. So hopefully we'll see you in court.
Mhm.
I wonder, because I've talked with counselors in various agencies and capacities, and they say, at your age, why are you going back to work? And training for a totally new profession on top of that. And I tell them, because it's what I wanted to do in the first place.
Mhm.
And the only people who really get it are people,
Or in your circle.
yeah, fellow court reporting students.
Mhm. Well, good for you.
Yeah.
I think you'll do well. Anybody who wants to do it, especially like where you're at in your life, you're going to do great at it.
Well, like-
And and
The
there'll be a
counselors
job
tried to-
out there for you too. You may
Yeah,
think,
well, the counselors kind of thought that, since you're beyond retirement age, who's going to hire you?
they'll hire you. There's
Doesn't
somebody
matter.
out there.
As long as you pass that test, that's all they care about.
Yeah, it's true. It's not about, your age.
The need is still there.
And it's
Okay.
always going to be there, you guys, as long as we can provide it for them. It's going to be there.
Yeah, until, a gazillion years from now, when they maybe perfect electronics.
We'll be gone.
I can see where they're going to attempt to do it, but
Oh,
it
yeah.
can't
I
be
mean,
done. And they're trying it
Dragon-
now,
Dragon
but
tries to do it, but
it can't be done. That's just what I feel like, at least right now. I can't see it at all, especially having worked in these criminal cases. Can't be done. One word can change everything. It really can. And if that tape recorder or whatever device it is didn't get it correctly, then there's nobody to correct it, nobody to ask it, nobody anything, really, when it comes right down to it. And it still has to be typed out anyway. I just can't see it. They're going to try.
oh, yeah.
I mean, electronics is they're gonna try everything, any profession. But I think as long as we, continue doing this and there's still interest out there and we fight for it, it'll still survive. They need us. So.
Any more questions? Okay.
I think I got it.
All right. Well, Deb, thank you so
You're
much for
welcome.
coming and speaking to the class, whatever. I hope that, answered all of y'all's questions about the criminal side and kind of what, she does. I didn't even think about it. She had sat in county court. So, and it's not really much different. The only thing about it is the amounts of money that it deals with, or the type of crime that it is. If you deal with a criminal county court, it just kind of deals with that. But, do y'all have any questions about that, about county court?
Have y'all gone to the courthouse yet or Oh, cool, good. Y'all didn't go to my court, David.
I know.
Well, I'm not there anymore, but that would have
Yeah.
been a good court to go to, which you can still go. There's another court reporter coming
Sure.
in. You'll like it. It's busy.
And it's
So.
different, you know, every court, a lot of, you know, even some of the, the criminal courts are different. You know, and even the way that my judge runs our court is different than the way that the judge in our sister court runs his court. So it's kind of nice to sit in both of them.
If we just go down and sit in court,
Mhm.
like anybody, because it's open,
Mhm.
or would you advise us to make contact with the court reporter
Oh, yeah, definitely,
beforehand?
definitely.
That way you know what kind of case they have. You can kind of hand select the case you want to
Okay.
listen to, kind of deal. So, I think criminal is very interesting. I found that it was all the years I did it. I think you will too. It's not fun, but it is interesting. I enjoyed it. I really did. I just personally was ready for a change. I've done it for a while. So, but I would go visit a criminal court if you want excitement, sort of. The first two to 3 days are really the best time to listen to the case. But yeah, you can always call. You're welcome to call me. I'm in a civil court though, so I'm not a criminal, but I'm sure I can hook y'all up. So.
Any more questions? Okay. Well,
Okay.
Deb, thank you so much for coming and speaking to the class. Guys, next week, next Wednesday is a review, okay? So be ready, be prepared, okay? Bring something to write with, be prepared because the following week is the final, okay? So all of you guys that watch the videos or whatever, if you can make it to class, you need to be at class. If you're not gonna be at class, you need to send me an email, which is dzarate@yahoo.com. It's dzarate@yahoo.com. Let me know that you're not gonna be here because you need to take that final. If you don't take the final, you get an F in the class, okay? So you need to be here or get a hold of me and let me know. If you need to call me, my number is 210-863-1588. So let me know if you're not gonna be able to make it or whatever, because you need to take that final before, okay? Yeah.
Maybe you can get it on there. How many questions will be on the test?
I haven't decided yet. It's probably gonna be about 50 or so, about 50 questions
For the written test?
for the testing here, which covers procedures. Yeah, okay. Any other questions?
Is this review gonna be really thorough? Are you one of those teachers where the review has nothing to do with the questions on the test? Like, you're gonna be really
No.
detailed?
You show up, you have a face and a pulse, you should pass this test. Okay, should. Okay, so be prepared though. Come with something to write with, plenty of paper. Do not come here prepared. I'm already telling you guys already, okay? So come prepared.
We
All right.
have Thanksgiving weekend, like we have a long break. Do you have any chapters you recommend to really look over beforehand?
No, I mean, like I said, the review's gonna be thorough. Trust me,
Okay.
trust me. The review is gonna be thorough, okay? So if you pay attention at the review, you should do all right. Okay? Anything else? All right, guys. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Hey, if you guys need to get motivated ever or need somebody to talk to, I'm available. I really am. You can get through. They're being made, but I'll give you my phone number. I have no problems with that. I love court reporting. I really hope that you guys do it and get out and be successful. Just getting out is being successful. This is the hardest part, right here. Once you're out, it's just a little challenge, but it's really cool. It's a good challenge.
'Cause you
And
get paid for it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
But I really hope y'all do it and get out, so. But seriously, if y'all ever need motivation or anything I can help you guys with, you're more than welcome to call me.
And she's a good person to talk to. I mean, she's real down to earth, easy to talk to, so, and I've told you guys, you can always call me, text me, email me, whatever, so. Anything else?
Your number?
Like,
So
told you
just
this
in
on
case,
there.
yeah, just in case some of these guys have,
Oh, okay,
questions.
210-316-1965. That's Deborah, D-E-B-R-A, Jimenez, J-I-M-E-N-E-Z.
All right?
Yeah, and y'all can text me, whatever, just let me know who you are.
Yeah.
go, oh my God, who's this weird person?
Yeah.
But,
And even if
anyway.
you have questions about criminal, I'm sure that, I mean,
Oh,
she
yeah,
can
you
answer
guys,
it,
I did
so,
a lot of
yeah.
it. I mean, I've done a lot of it. I can help y'all if you
Yeah.
need anything. Or even just, you're having a down day. Really, I hope you guys, I'll try to.
Or practicing questions, or, how she practiced, as, and I've let you guys know how I used to practice. Could be totally different from what she did, and it worked for her, maybe it'll work for you, maybe the way that I did it didn't work for you.
What did you do during that year to get that passed?
It was natural. It sounds terrible, but I didn't do anything. In fact, this is the worst part. I was working at USAA, so I would go in and I even missed theory, which is ridiculous and so kind of unheard of, but you shouldn't do it. I missed theory. I'd miss a couple of days at a time when I was in theory, and then I'd come in and I'd get it. Go, oh, okay, it was Claudine. I
Mhm.
think Claudette.
Mhm.
Claudette.
Claudette.
And so I just would get it, and I really was a fast typist. So I didn't really practice a whole lot that first year, other than, of course, our normal stuff. We were in school on that machine, like maybe 3 or 4 hours a
Yeah,
day.
4 hours.
So, and then I was working at USA and I was typing. I mean, it's not equivalent to the two, but I just was always kind of fast. And then it's when I got there is when I really started practicing more so because I needed to be proficient. So, but yeah, I just needed to pass the test. But the way to do it is through tapes. Just through tapes, just constantly listen to those tapes and sit there. And like I said, when I was already a court reporter, I was still doing that. So there's nothing wrong with it. You want to get better and faster and better and faster. So, but don't get me wrong, you guys. I have plenty of down days. I didn't think I was going to do it. I cried when I didn't pass my test. I was very emotional, and so you're going to have those a lot. For me, I had a lot of those days. But fortunately, too, you surround yourself with positiveness and people like you guys doing the same thing you're doing and support each other. You always have to support each other, and that group really helps. I found that it helped. So, but anyway, okay.
Anything else? Okay, guys, we'll see y'all next week.
Okay,
Have a
guys.
happy holiday.
Yeah, y'all have a great Thanksgiving.